Imagine making insurance payments on your home for years, and then when you file a claim for hail damage, your insurance company denies your claim. Well, that's exactly what happened to the owner of this house. And in this video, I'm going to explain what happened, what the homeowner did, and spoiler, it got ugly. After a major hailstorm almost 2 years ago, the owner of that house asked us to inspect his roof. So our original inspection was right in the middle of the summer, and what we found was obvious hail damage. Even though the shingles had some wear and tear on them, there was definitely some hail damage to the shingles. The shingle on this roof is just a standard laminate shingle, and it's also obsolete. And both of those facts are going to become important to this story in just a couple minutes. Of course, since there was obvious hail damage on the roof, we recommended to the homeowner that he file an insurance claim, which he did. It took the adjuster almost a month to come out and do his inspection. The adjuster wrote up his approved claim, and his scope of work included the replacement of the metal box vents, the replacement of the caps, the metal caps on top of the HVAC pipes, but not a full roof replacement, not even the repair of some of the shingles, even though the shingles had obvious hail damage on them. The total claim amount was $2,100. The homeowner has a $1,000 deductible, so that means the total benefit that the homeowner got for his hail damaged roof was $1,100. Now remember, the adjuster found hail damage on the box vents and the furnace vent caps. These are metal products. And looking for damage on the metal products is one of the indicators, obviously, that hail has hit the roof. And if it's a standard shingle, it's also a potential indicator that there's probably hail damage on the shingles. Remember, I told you this is not an impact resistant shingle. If it were an impact resistant shingle, well, then it would make sense that there were hail dents on the metal products, but not any hail damage on the shingles themselves. That's what an impact resistant shingle is supposed to do, is to prevent hail damage. Remember though, that this is just a standard laminate shingle, not an impact resistant one. So the potential for damage on the shingles is a lot higher when you can see that there's hail dents on the metal products. And not only was there hail damage on the accessories on top of the roof, but the deck on the back porch and some of the siding had hail damage also. Still, the adjuster denied the replacement of the roof, even though so much of the rest of the property had obvious hail damage. That meant that we needed to start communicating with the insurance company. And so over the next 3 months, we started trading emails with the insurance company and with the desk adjuster, asking for a review of this particular claim. Each time we did that, the insurance company came back with the same answer. The roof part of the claim was still denied. So after 3 months, we asked an appraiser that we know to review the claim. At this point, we weren't asking the appraiser to take over the claim. We just wanted him to review it so we could get an objective set of eyes on the claim to tell us what his thoughts were. And he agreed that the roof was damaged and should be covered by the insurance policy. Once we had this information from a third party corroborating the fact that the roof really was damaged, the next step was we took our scope of work, put that into a contract. We signed it, the homeowner signed it, and we sent that along with all of our photos, all of our documentation showing why this roof needed to be replaced. And the contract had a full price and the scope of work outlined on it so that the insurance company would know what it is that we're recommending for this project. It took the insurance company almost 2 weeks to respond to that email. And what did they say?
Claim denied.
At this point, the homeowner started to get a little bit more actively involved and started sending emails to the insurance company, also asking for a review of the claim and also asking that they would consider the contract that we had sent in with the recommendation for the scope of work that we had outlined. 3 weeks later, so by this time, the process has been going on for 4 or 5 months. He got a communication back from the insurance company that said,
Claim denied.
and that they weren't going to proceed any further with it. It was at this point that the homeowner decided that he needed to enlist the services of the insurance appraiser. Now, if you don't know what an insurance appraiser is, and you want to know what an appraiser will do for you if your claim is denied or underfunded, then you need to watch that video right up there. By this time, it had been 6 months since the storm occurred, 6 months since the date of loss. And this particular insurance company gives their clients 1 year from the date of loss to get the damage repaired, or they potentially forfeit any remaining depreciation money that they might have coming on a second check from the claim. Here's where it gets really interesting and really maddening. The lengths to which this insurance company was going to deprive this homeowner of the benefits of his insurance coverage was just something that I'd never seen before. Now, the contract that you have with your insurance company typically gives you the right to invoke appraisal on any claim that you believe is wrongfully denied or underfunded. And when you invoke your right to appraisal, what's involved in that is you have to send what's called a demand letter demanding that the claim go to appraisal to the insurance company, and then the insurance company has to respond to that. It took this insurance company 3 months to respond to that and actually assign an appraiser to the claim. By this time, it had been 9 months since the date of loss, so the clock was ticking on the deadline for this homeowner to receive any depreciation. And of course, his hope was that the claim would get approved, that the denial would get overturned. And if it did, then there would be depreciation money on a second check that he would be owed. And his concern obviously was that he would not end up forfeiting that depreciation money because of the length of time that it was taking the insurance company to respond to all the requests. So of course, this homeowner was getting very anxious about the whole process. The following month, the two insurance appraisers met to discuss the claim, go over all the photos, look at what the language in the policy stated, and this is really important, the appraiser hired by the insurance company agreed that there was insurable damage and that the language in the policy should cover the replacement of the roof. Now, that's an independent third-party appraiser hired by the insurance company. That's not somebody hired by the roofing contractor or even the homeowner. That's an independent party hired by the insurance company who said coverage should be extended to replace that roof. But it took an additional 2 months for the appraiser's report to get delivered to the insurance company. Then the insurance company told us that they wanted proof that the shingle was obsolete. So we had to come back out to the house and remove 2 shingles from the roof to send to a testing facility, only for them to turn around a couple weeks later and say, yes, this shingle is obsolete. The reason that having that test was so important was because then it meant that the insurance company couldn't just tell the homeowner to try to repair or replace only the damaged shingles, which is what they wanted to do. Since the shingles were obsolete, you can't find them. That meant that the whole roof had to be replaced. Again, per the language that's in the homeowner's insurance policy. Now, if you're doing all the math through all of this story that I'm telling you, you've probably realized that by this time it's been over a year since the date of loss. And it has. So the homeowner then had to contact the insurance company and get a tentative agreement from them to extend the deadline until all of this got settled. After all of this aggravation, the delays with the claim approval, having to hire an appraiser, waiting for the insurance company's appraiser to get delivered to the insurance company, getting confirmation from the insurance company's appraiser that coverage needed to be extended for this, waiting for the other appraiser's report, and having to get shingles tested to find out whether they were obsolete. Guess what happened next? The insurance company still denied coverage. After that, the homeowner called the insurance company and probably should have done this a lot sooner in the process, but it just took this long for his aggravation to finally boil over. But he called the insurance company, spoke to a claim rep there, and told him that he was going to move forward with filing a claim for bad faith against the insurance company. And lo and behold, a couple days later, he got an email from the insurance company stating that they had reviewed the claim and decided that they would approve it and replace his roof based on the scope of work that we had sent and the costs that we had on the contract. All of this from the time the storm hit the house to the time that the homeowner actually got a claim document showing an approved claim for the replacement of the roof took over 18 months. And guess what? Now that he finally has an approved claim and we can move forward with the replacement of the roof, it's winter time. And we probably won't even be able to replace the roof for at least another 2 months. What's the takeaway from this story? Well, it's that sometimes you, as the insured, might have to stand up against your own insurance company, just like this homeowner did, to get what you need from your insurance company. Do you need to know how the appraisal process works for your insurance claim? Here's a video for you right here. And do you want to geek out on a whole bunch of information about the insurance claim process and roofing? There's a playlist for you.